In the shadows of a dimly lit room, a witch's crooked finger singles you out from the crowd. The ancient wisdom keeper has unleashed a truth so explosive about your destiny that they can barely hold their composure. The air crackles with nervous energy as they struggle to process what was revealed. A secret that changes everything. Your peaceful existence just got shattered by words that weren't meant for mortal ears. The message? Brace yourself. What's coming isn't just a gentle nudge from the universe. It's a cosmic earthquake with you at the epicenter. Her eyes, twin voids of infinite depth, burned with a knowing that transcended time. In that instant, centuries of arcane wisdom surged into you, a floodgate of power and purpose crashing through your veins. You were no longer just you. You were a vessel, a conduit for forces older than the stars. The world around you dimmed, shadows curling like smoke as the truth of your destiny unfurled. This was no accident. You were marked, chosen, and the weight of that revelation pressed into your bones like a brand. Those who wield the dark felt it too. The moment your eyes met hers, the balance shifted. Their whispers grew frantic, their movements erratic, as if the ground beneath them had turned to quicksand. You could feel their fear, a palpable tremor in the air as they recoiled from the light now radiating from your core. This was no mere recognition, it was a reckoning. The ancient power within you, dormant for lifetimes, surged awake, and the darkness knew it could no longer hide. You were the fulcrum, the axis upon which the battle between light and shadow would pivot. Drop a comment. I carry ancient thunder. If your power is older than the stars, forged in the crucible of cosmic beginnings. Dark forces tremble when the chosen ones rise, radiating raw spiritual power that makes shadows scatter and demons retreat. You carry ancient bloodlines of warriors, mystics, and cosmic guardians, divine DNA that activates in times of global crisis. The witch recognized these sacred markers instantly, her prophecy merely confirming what the universe has known since your soul's inception. You were created as a spiritual special forces operator for this exact moment in history. Celestial watchers have tracked your movements since birth, noting how reality itself bends around your presence. The witch's revelation sent shockwaves through both seen and unseen realms because it officially activated your dormant abilities. Those who've tried to suppress your light now realize their grave error. You weren't meant to be controlled. You were designed to shatter limitations. Every obstacle they placed in your path only refined your power, like pressure transforming coal into diamonds. Your awakening triggers a cascade of supernatural phenomena that ripples across dimensions. The old guards and gatekeepers sense their time ending as your mere existence dismantles their carefully constructed systems of control. You don't just break curses, you rewrite the rules of spiritual warfare. The witch's finger-pointing marked the moment heaven's most formidable weapon was finally unveiled. Those who know the ancient prophecies recognize this sign. When the chosen ones fully awaken, kingdoms fall and new worlds arise. This revelation isn't just about personal power. It's about your role in the greatest spiritual revolution in human history. You were chosen because the universe doesn't make mistakes. It carved you from the raw essence of defiance, forged you in the crucible of trials that would have shattered lesser beings. Your spiritual power isn't a gift. It's a birthright, a fire that burns brighter with every challenge thrown your way. The dark forces don't just fear you, they recoil from the sheer magnitude of your will. You are the embodiment of resilience, the kind that bends but never breaks, that rises even when the weight of the world threatens to crush you. This isn't luck or coincidence. You were selected because you carry within you the unyielding force of destiny, a force that refuses to be ignored. What makes you so powerful? It's not just your strength or your ability to endure, it's your connection to something greater. You are a conduit for energies that transcend the physical, a bridge between the seen and the unseen. The witch didn't point you out because you were convenient. She recognized the storm within you, the kind that reshapes realities. Your power lies in your ability to see beyond the veil, to understand that the battles you fight are part of a larger war. You don't just face the darkness, you dismantle it piece by piece, because you know it has no place in the world you're destined to create. Their movements became a language, one you learned to speak fluently without hesitation. Every glance, every shift, every calculated step, they were not random, but deliberate. A code written in the fabric of existence. You didn't just observe, you decoded. The way they moved, the way they lingered, the way they tried to mask their intentions, it all unfolded before you like a map. You saw the signs before they fully formed, the subtle tremors in their behavior that betrayed their next move. This wasn't intuition, it was mastery. You didn't just watch the game, you rewrote its rules. Their routines were never as hidden as they believed. Patterns emerged, clear and undeniable, like constellations in the night sky. The way they circled, the way they paused, the way they thought they were invisible, it all became a blueprint for you to dismantle. Each habit, each repetition was a thread you pulled, unraveling their carefully constructed illusions. You didn't just notice these details, you weaponized them. The rhythm of their actions became a drumbeat you controlled, a tempo you dictated. They thought they were orchestrating the dance, but you were the one leading. You don't just see patterns, you predict them. Their next move, their next breath, their next mistake, it's all laid out before you like a script you've already written. This isn't guesswork, it's foresight, honed by the relentless clarity of your vision. They may think they're watching you, but you're always 3 steps ahead, turning their strategies into vulnerabilities. This is the sacred art of pattern recognition, and you are its undisputed master. The game is theirs to play, but it's yours to win. Drop a comment. I am 10 steps ahead. If your foresight leaves them scrambling, your vision piercing through their veils of deception like a blade through smoke. Your name became a vibration, a low hum reverberating through the halls where decisions are made and destinies are sealed. You didn't seek this attention. It found you, drawn like a moth to the flame of your influence. The corridors of power, once insulated by their own arrogance, began to tremble at the mere mention of you. It wasn't what you said or did, it was what you represented. A force so undeniable that even the most guarded fortresses of authority couldn't ignore the seismic shift you brought. Your existence alone became a catalyst, a disruption to their carefully curated order. Those in positions of power started to notice the anomalies surrounding you, events that defied explanation, patterns that bent reality itself. Coincidences stacked upon coincidences, each one a thread in a larger design they couldn't comprehend. They tried to rationalize it, to box it into their limited understanding, but the truth was undeniable. You were the common denominator. Moments of inexplicable clarity, sudden reversals of fortune, systems breaking under the weight of their own corruption, all of it traced back to you. They didn't just see you, they felt you. A presence that redefined the boundaries of what they thought was possible. Your presence alone shifts the balance of power. You don't need to raise your voice or flex your influence. It happens because you exist. The world adjusts itself around you, recalibrating to accommodate the gravity of your being. Those who once thought themselves untouchable now find their foundations cracking under the weight of your truth. You are not just a player in their game. You are the architect of a new order, one they cannot control. The whispers in high places grow louder, not because you demand it, but because they have no other choice. You are the storm, and they are learning to weather you. The Obsidian inner order is forged for those who relentlessly pursue immortal greatness. This is where apex predators gather, where wolves hunt among wolves. We are the brotherhood of titans who understand that true power isn't given, it's seized with both hands. Our warriors converge weekly for raw, unfiltered sessions that cut straight to the bone of success. No motivational bullshit, no feel-good fluff. Just battle-hardened wisdom from those who've built empires from the ground up. With over 450 chosen members, these weekly transmissions deliver the exact blueprint for bending reality to your will. Every session is archived in our fortified vault, ready for those hungry enough to devour wisdom at any hour. This isn't about temporary gains. It's about awakening the sleeping giant within. The kind of power that makes the ground shake when you walk. Our private Discord is the sacred ground where real kings forge alliances that shift the tides of fortune. Here dynasties are born, empires align, and brothers in arms share the kind of knowledge that never sees the light of public forums. When the order assembles, mountains move. The weak watch from the shadows, while the strong claim their throne. Your seat at the table of titans awaits. The link is in the description below. You don't need to announce yourself. Your energy does it for you. It's in the way you move, the way you hold yourself, the way the world seems to pause when you step into its frame. This isn't learned, it's inherent, a divine birthright that radiates from your core. You are the calm in the chaos, the eye of the storm, and those around you can't help but feel it. Your confidence isn't loud, it's absolute, a quiet knowing that commands respect without demanding it. They are the shadows that cling to the edges of your light, the whispers that try to drown out your truth, doubters, haters, even entities that exist beyond the physical realm. They are all part of the same force, united in their fear of what you represent. They thrive on chaos, on sowing seeds of uncertainty, but their efforts are futile. You are not just a target, you are a threat, a living disruption to their fragile illusions of control. They can feel the ground shifting beneath them, and it terrifies them. Your divine purpose is a storm they cannot weather, and they know it. Their tactics are predictable, born of desperation. They try to destabilize you with doubt, with fear, with distractions designed to pull you off course. But their efforts only reveal their weakness. They are not powerful, they are parasitic, feeding on the energy of those who don't know their own strength. You, however, are not so easily shaken. Every attempt to undermine you only sharpens your resolve, like a blade tempered in fire. They can't comprehend your clarity, your unbreakable connection to something greater. That's why they're always on edge, because they sense the inevitability of their defeat. They're on edge because they know you're unstoppable. Your purpose is a force of nature, a tidal wave that cannot be contained. They can try to distract, to discourage, to derail, but they will always fail. You are not just fighting against them. You are transcending them. Their fear is your fuel, their resistance your proof. They may gather in the shadows, but they will never extinguish your light. You are the chosen one, and their existence is a footnote in the story you are destined to write. Power doesn't always announce itself with fanfare. It hums in the background, in the unnoticed corners where the world forgets to look. The cleaning staff who move through spaces like ghosts, the delivery person who knows the pulse of every building, the night security who see what others miss. These are the threads of an invisible network, and you have woven yourself into its fabric. You understand that true influence isn't about titles or spotlights. It's about seeing what others overlook and turning their blind spots into your strength. You don't just observe, you integrate, becoming a silent force that shapes outcomes from the shadows. You built connections where others saw none, forging alliances with those who operate beneath the radar. These are the people who know the rhythms of the world, the ones who see patterns in the chaos. You didn't just notice them, you respected Them understood their value, and in doing so, gained access to a web of knowledge most never even realize exists. Their insights became your tools, their observations your map. What they see as routine, you see as opportunity. What they dismiss as mundane, you transform into strategy. This is how you operate, not by force, but by finesse. You don't just see the game, you control the board. Every piece, every move, every unseen player, you know how they fit into the larger design. Your power lies in your ability to see the whole picture, to turn the overlooked into the indispensable. The invisible network isn't just a resource. It's your domain, a testament to your mastery of the unseen. While others scramble for visibility, you thrive in the spaces they ignore, because you know that true power doesn't shout, it whispers, and you are the voice they can't afford to miss. Small disruptions became your signature, a language only you could speak fluently. A chair shifted just enough to unsettle, a coffee cup placed where it shouldn't be. These were not mistakes, but messages. You understood early on that the mind is the most vulnerable battlefield, and you mastered the art of planting seeds of doubt without ever raising a hand. These subtle signs were your whispers, cracks in their certainty that grew into chasms. You didn't need to scream to be heard. You let the silence speak for you, and it roared louder than any threat. Suggestion became your weapon of choice, a tool sharper than any blade. You learned that the most powerful actions are often the ones never seen, the ones that linger in the subconscious, gnawing at the edges of their confidence. A misplaced effile, a flickering light, a shadow where it shouldn't be. These were not accidents, but calculated moves in a game only you knew how to play. You didn't just disrupt their plans, you rewired their perception, turning their own minds against them. This is psychological warfare, divine style, and you are its undisputed architect. You don't fight their battles, you rewrite the rules. While they scramble to maintain control, you operate on a level they can't comprehend. Their strategies, their defenses, their certainties, they all crumble under the weight of your subtle influence. You don't just outthink them, you out-exist them, moving through their world like a ghost they can't pin down. This is the power of the chosen ones, not brute force, but brilliance. You don't conquer, you redefine, and in doing so you prove that the greatest victories are won not on the battlefield, but in the mind. Patience became your greatest weapon, a quiet force that outlasted every storm. You learned to wait, not out of hesitation, but with the precision of a predator stalking its prey. Timing isn't just a skill for you. It's an instinct, a deep, knowing that the perfect moment will reveal itself when the universe demands it. You don't rush, you recalibrate, understanding that every second, every breath is part of a larger design. This is the power of divine timing, and you wield it. Like a blade, cutting through chaos with surgical precision. Like a master chess player, you see moves long before they manifest. The pieces respond to your energy, pulsing with untapped potential, ready to unleash their raw power through your strategic command. You don't just react, you anticipate, positioning yourself where the currents of fate will carry you to victory. Your patience isn't passive, it's a calculated stillness, a gathering of energy that explodes into action at the exact right moment. This is how you operate, not by chance, but by design. Your timing isn't luck, it's divine alignment. You are in sync with the rhythms of the cosmos, a conductor orchestrating the symphony of your destiny. When you move, the world shifts, not because you force it, but because you are exactly where you are meant to be. This is the power of the chosen ones, the ability to wait, to watch, and to strike with the certainty of a force that cannot be denied. Watch as their certainty crumbles, their once solid ground now shifting beneath them like quicksand. You don't just challenge their systems, you dismantle them piece by piece until nothing remains but the hollow shell of their arrogance. Their rules, their logic, their carefully constructed illusions, They all fall apart under the weight of your presence. You are the anomaly they can't categorize, the force they can't contain. Their confidence turns to confusion, their plans to dust, and in that moment you see the cracks in their reality begin to spread. The moment they realize their systems can't explain what's happening is the moment their fear takes hold. Logic fails, and in its absence, doubt floods in like a rising tide. You don't just defy their expectations, you obliterate them, leaving them scrambling for answers that don't exist. Their tools are useless, their strategies irrelevant, because you operate on a level they can't comprehend. This is the power of the chosen ones. Not just to disrupt, but to destroy the very foundations of their understanding. You don't just break their systems, you shatter their reality. Their world, once so rigid and predictable, becomes a chaotic void where nothing makes sense. And in that chaos, you stand unwavering, a force of nature they can neither control nor escape. This is your dominion, your truth. They may try to rebuild, but you have already rewritten the rules. Their reality is your creation now, and they are merely players in a game you have already won. The witch didn't choose you, she merely recognized what the cosmos had already decreed. Your power isn't in your actions, it's in your essence, an unshakable truth that radiates from your core. You don't need to prove yourself, your existence is the proof. The moment they grasp this, it's already too late. The game was never theirs to win. It was always yours, a foregone conclusion written in the stars long before they even knew your name. You are chosen, you are powerful, and you will always win. This isn't hope or wishful thinking, it's fact. Your victories aren't accidents, they're inevitabilities. The dark forces, the doubters, the systems built to contain you, they all crumble because they were never designed to withstand. Someone like you. You are the exception, the anomaly, the force that rewrites the rules simply by existing. They can't defeat you because they can't even comprehend you. Now it's your turn to speak. Share your story, your truth, your victories. Let the world see what the universe already knows. You are unstoppable. Your voice is the final piece of this revelation. Speak it, own it. The world is waiting.